Hi, David. Thank you for speaking with us today. Um, so, David, you've been a patient at Shouldice Hospital.
That's correct. Yeah, I went in January 2017, so this year.
Oh gosh, so super recently.
Yes.
And what made you choose Shouldice Hospital for your hernia procedure, David? And did you travel far to attend?
I actually did a little bit of research about hernias. My wife is a nurse, and she actually kind of not really diagnosed, but she told me to go and see the doctor, and I was referred by my family physician. But I also did some research online and um, seeing their high successful rate. I just felt at ease going there. I'm actually in Ottawa, in Canada, and I travel to Toronto by train. Going there just to make it easier after, just to relax on the way back. It would have been too long of a drive for me to go by car.
Right.
Some patient actually traveled, an hour or two by car, but for me, it was just easier to take the train and relax on the way home. So,
Oh,
yeah, it was a pleasant experience.
that's great. And Shouldice is famous for its special technique and medical expertise, but also for its excellent patient care,
Mhm.
operations, and customer service. Would you agree with that?
Uh, yes, 100%. I, I going there, it didn't feel like, a hospital. Um, that, all the staff and the doctors are just amazing, and you just feel like you're almost like in a hotel. I've actually heard that on reviews. It's I find that a lot of healthcare facilities should probably follow their procedure standards. I felt very welcome. Even though you're going under surgery, it's stressful a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, everything was great, and I actually highly recommend Shouldice to any future hernia patient. It's a great place to have it fixed.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. During your experience at Shouldice, were there any wow factors?
Uh, yes, they're all their procedures. Everything is just followed. There's no delays. When in healthcare here, um, there's so many delays. People wait, and sometimes even surgeries are postponed because there's emergencies. Um, this you're going in there. You're booked at a certain time. Um, for me, I was one of the youngest one that on that day. So I was the last one. So they actually went for lunch, and they actually told me that I was going on a little bit later. But the whole process is very you know very amazing. I would say, like, I don't know how else I could describe, but their customer service is awesome, and like I said, you feel very at ease, even though it's a big procedure.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm sure you were concerned and it's like a little bit scary and stressful, so they made it as pleasant as possible.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So in terms of your Shouldice customer journey, were there any low points or problem points that you might suggest them improving?
No, I actually, my doctor actually came back to see me after the surgery, and mine was actually on the Friday, so there's no surgery on the weekend, so there's there's a doctor that is there on call and on site to follow up. But my doctor came on the Monday to see me at 5 in the morning to make sure he was seeing me before I leave. So it was nice and to see him that he cared about me. So
Yeah,
uh, yeah, so it was yeah, no, the whole process I would say uh, is something to follow.
yeah,
Yeah, it's very nothing to complain. I would say probably the facility is probably not tired, but there's old carpets that would probably need to be change and refreshed it in there. I feel
Okay.
like the air could have been a little bit better, but it's very like the maintenance is good even though it's old. They would probably need to look into that in the next couple of years, maybe to to freshen the place and to feel like it's being taken care of because it's getting tired. The building is been there for quite some time.
Right, okay. So maybe just some refurbishment and modernising the
Yes.
interiors.
Yes.
So overall, David, do you feel your Shouldice experience was good value for money?
Yes, I'm actually I was lucky enough to have insurance, health insurance
Oh, great.
that covered the expenses. For me, it just cost me the train for me to get to the facility, but all the surgery and everything was covered, which was nice. And today I feel back at 100%. It took me a while. I'm not a big person, but there was a lot of there's tension. But no, I'm 100% back. I'm actually playing baseball this summer. So yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Gosh, that's really speedy recovery considering it was only in January.
Yeah, actually, I looked on I have an iPhone, and I looked the day after the surgery. They encourage you to walk, and I actually walked for 4.2 kilometers the day after the surgery.
Wow.
So that's quite amazing. And the day after 6.2, I actually don't even do that when I'm at home. So no, it was great. Yes, there is recovery. There is pain, but it was worth it. I'm all fixed and I'm back on track and feel 100% now. So it's good.
That's fantastic, David. Well, thank you so much for your time and sharing your insights and helping us understand Shouldice from a patient perspective. It's been great to speak with you.
Great, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much, David.
Bye.
Bye.